Hi, this is Cheryl St.Pierre of Majestic Wire Artworks. I've been asked by a couple of people about making the swirls in my videos and how to practice. So I figured I'd do a short little video. It's called finger swirling, and just share what knowledge I have. I taught myself, so I don't know if everybody else does the same techniques that I do. So what I recommend is that you get some either scraps of 20 gauge or cut yourself 20 gauge wire to work with. I think that when you're doing work on your pieces, 20 gauge is the thinnest you should go because it holds the shape better. It's more sturdy, and you want your work to last. So that's why I recommend it. 22 is kind of too fine to do a bare wire with to keep its shape. So okay, let's start with one wire and just using your fingers. My wire's catching on the table. Okay, so did you see how I did it between my fingers? And that's what you just need to keep practicing things like that and learn the behaviors of the wire and what it will do for you. And but what I should have recommended too is straightening the wire. Sometimes you need to straighten the wire in the middle of a project in order to do your finger swirl. You don't want to overwork the wire, so you don't want to do it too much. This is what I do. I'm putting a bend in the wire like this. If there's a kink, see the kink? And hopefully I can get it done out of there with 2 tries. I don't like to do more than 2 tries in the middle of a piece. Okay. So sometimes you can lead the wire to do what you want, but it ends up getting kinky. I hate using that word. But it does a smoother look when you can do it between 2 surfaces. Okay, so there's a little doodle. It's kind of cute. And the next thing I'd like you to practice is getting a flat bead and putting your wire in it. Okay, and then bending it up. And so that's a surface to work on that's not your finger. So what I do here, say I want to swirl right here, I am actually going to start it with my fingernail where I want it. And that takes practice of knowing how it goes. And now I'm holding my thumb against the bead and pulling like that. And you've got to be flexible with what hand you're using depending on what direction the swirl is. Now I'm going to change the direction. And you just got to get comfortable with the wire. You know, if you were making an earring, wouldn't that be cute right there? And maybe you don't want to do earrings at first because of the mirroring effect. It's hard to do, but that would make a cute necklace. And we've got enough wire here that you could make a bail, and that'd be a cute little necklace right there. You could come back and do a second layer if you wanted to as well, kind of mimic that swirl. And come around and mimic. I mean, you've got to play. I didn't learn how to do this instantly. It took me 4 or 5 years to get. Oh, I've been doing it longer than that. I've been doing it a long time, so you can't expect yourself to be perfect within a week. It just won't happen. Now, see, this would be, it would catch easier. I honestly would leave it like this because it's pretty stable. It's you'd be safe to wear. With this over top, it might not be as safe to wear. That's where having 2 wires going at once is better. Okay, so now if you wanted to practice with 2 wires at once on a flat bead, I would recommend a bead that has a larger hole that you could slip 2 wires through, and a lampwork bead is the perfect bead for that because it just has the larger hole. Now I'm going to cut myself some more wire to work with and be right back. Okay, so I have 2 pieces of wire. I'm going to straighten them. There. See how they magically got that same curve? It's just from years of practice. Okay, so practice with 2 wires the same way, and you can make prettier effects because they can spread apart and echo each other, and you can, wire is just so much fun to work with. And just make yourself a little doodle, and who knows, maybe you could make yourself a component to make a necklace out of. Just play. Just have fun and play. That's what I do. Sometimes when I'm working with design to try and invent something new, I'm just goofing around at first and then see what I can come up with. But other times I've got a plan in my head. You know, it all depends what it's about. Okay, so if I would have put some beads in there, which you still can because you could use a smaller gauge wire and put a bead in there and a bead in there and just wrap it around. It's harder to do it that way, but that could make a cute little pendant. Just goofing around. So if you were going to make it a pendant, then you could make yourself a crazy, hang on, I'm going to grab my round nose plier. Okay, I've got my round nose plier. So you just make yourself a crazy bale, and I'm just going to wrap these 2 like that, and try and, because I just have a little bit here, wrapped around the base of that. I just magically got my chain nose pliers because it's short. You need to grab that and put it around. Okay. So I am just going to crimp that down a little bit and tuck it in. And then I'm going to wrap this around a little bit too. Give it a little bit more strength. And then I'm going to tuck those ends in to the design work. There, no sharp, oh, there is a sharp edge, okay. There, I missed that. Okay, so, voila, a pendant that I could add beads to, and it's just funky. So, that's what I recommend doing, and just get comfortable with the wire, and before you know it, you're going to be able to do more and more and do it more on purpose where you want your swirls, and it'll get easier, I promise. Okay, well, thank you for joining me and giving me the opportunity to show you this, and we'll see you in the next one. God bless. Bye for now.